Is it time for recess yet? I'm so glad you found time to join us here on the Childcare Director's Chair, where Erica Sacoccio shares her best practices that she's refined through her passion of directing childcare centers over the last 23 years. From parenting interaction, systems to save you time, money, and stress, to profitability. She shares it all from the Childcare Director's Chair.
Hello and welcome back. This is Erica Sacoccio with the Child Care Director's Chair, and I'm so happy that you joined us today. So, if you are looking to establish a strong brand for your child care program, we have compiled 15 essential tips to help you effectively brand your child care program to stand out from the competition. So, let's take a moment and figure out how we are going to put this branding blueprint together. So the first thing we want to do is we want to make sure that we create a lasting impression with your customers. So the first thing we want to do is define the mission of your program. You want to start by clearly defining your program's mission and values. And this will serve as your foundation for your brand identity and help you communicate your unique selling proposition. So think about that. And usually, when we start, we might, think like this is like our core values. This is what it's going to be. But as time goes on, especially if you've been in business for a while, sometimes you can lose sight of that. So I want you to really, go back and dig into what was your mission when you first started? What are the core values? How do people know about them? Do you talk about them? Are they visual? Do they hear them? Are they displayed through your actions? So those are all things that you really want to make sure are clearly defined. The next thing you want to do is identify your target audience and understand who your ideal parents and children are, and then tailor your branding efforts to appeal to their needs, preferences, and aspirations. And when you think about the brands that you love, think about what common factors that you may have with other people who identify with that brand. And when you think about your favorite sports teams and all those things are done on an emotional basis. And so what types of things would you say is the common thread for your families? And certainly, obviously, number one would be they have children, but beyond that, right? So I drive a Jeep, and before I had a Jeep, I had a Mustang. So that very quickly can tell you I'm adventurous. I like fun. I love convertibles, love to let my hair fly. I love freedom. So you could tell that very quickly by the vehicle that I drive, as opposed to maybe somebody who drives a Caravan. They like safety, they like security, right? So think about, what does your target audience really love and how do you identify with them? The next thing you want to do is you want to craft a compelling logo. A visually appealing logo is so critical for brand recognition. Design a logo that represents your program's essence and resonates with your target audience. When I think about mine and when we developed it, oh my gosh, a very long time ago, the name of our program is kind of written in scribbly text, right? Because that was really how we identified with how children write. And the colors included lots of vibrant colors, lots of yellows and greens and lots of fun colors that would show, fun. And then our logo has a tree, and then it has children of all different backgrounds in front of that tree, because we are very much a very inclusionary program. And so it was very important to me that was very easily identifiable to all the families who come to my program. So diversity for me is number one, and very much close to my heart. So I wanted to make sure that as soon as you pulled up, you saw that on my signs, on my logos, on my stickers, on all the things I use, my branding material, have these 4 or 5 children in front of a tree, very diverse. The next thing you want to do is you want to develop a constant visual identity. So you want to establish a consistent color palette, topography, which is the same, and imagery that aligns with your program's values. And consistency across all materials will strengthen your brand recognition. This is particularly important when you are thinking about how do you represent on your website, on your social media, on your school t-shirts, on your school enrollment packets. All those things need to come together. So you shouldn't have like green and red on one thing and then purple and blue on the other. Make sure it all is consistent. Now, it doesn't have to match. It doesn't have to be matchy-matchy, but it does have to go together. So think about that. Take a look at all of your materials and, get some feedback from your families, from your staff, and don't tell them what your thought was when you put it together. Let's see what other people are reading from your marketing materials. What are they gathering from the way that you have put the imagery together and the color palettes and the fonts that you pick, and are they easy to read, and all of those things. So, go back and take a look at it, especially if you're not working with the wait list right now, because most programs at this point have a wait list. And if you do not, something is wrong in your messaging. So you really want to make sure that you are doing a great job with branding your childcare program. The other thing is creating a memorable tagline. Craft a catchy tagline that encapsulates your program's unique qualities and resonates with parents. A well-crafted tagline can leave a lasting impression. And think about, your favorite brands and what are their taglines and why do they speak to you. So, having a great tagline really just helps drive your message home. The other thing is when you put together your website, make sure that it is user-friendly. Your website is usually the first point of contact for parents. Ensure that it's visually appealing and it's easy to navigate and provides comprehensive information about your program. I would say have somebody who is not your friend, who hasn't used your website, have them go on and ask them, to give you feedback and, look at a few other websites of maybe even, your competition that's in your regional area and see what their websites look like and see how yours compares and take a look and see, is your message clear? Does it, give the message that you want to families, and are they able to find information quickly? Because people don't have a lot of time. You also want to take a look at the speed to make sure that the speed on your website is fast. You also want to take a look at your website not only on a desktop, but on your cell phone, because 90% of people who are going to look at your website are going to do it on your cell phone. So you want to make sure that it's mobile friendly. So these are just some things that you may not have thought about when you first put your website together. And then also, how easily was it to find your website? Did you have to type in the name of your program, or could you just type in childcare centers in Minnesota or Texas or, your area? And how quickly did you come up? Did you come up on the first page? Did you come up in the first top 5? And if not, you really have to get working on that. The next thing is you want to leverage your social media. Utilize your social media platforms to engage with your parents. Share updates about the program and showcase the unique aspects about your center. And be consistent and engaging with your content, and that will help build brand loyalty. Some of the things that I really think about too is not only what you put on social media, but what social media works for you, for your demographic. And some folks like Facebook, some people like Instagram, others like, Twitter and, different platforms. But for me, I find that Facebook always has worked really great for me. And then some of the younger parents are also coming in through Instagram. Instagram is a great place to share really cute pictures of the kiddos, having fun and laughing, things like that. And I find Facebook is a great place to maybe add a little bit more long form type of content. I love to share reels, try to share some video of your program, maybe virtual tours, different things like that. So it isn't just always text and a photo and text and a photo. And so with that being said, you want to develop a content marketing strategy. So share valuable information through your content, through blog posts. And if you're not great at writing a blog post, you probably have a few teachers who would love to do that. And what a great way to give them a piece of the pie and also give them some opportunities for growth. You could share your newsletters for the center and then videos. And you can make videos on particular points of interest for families, such as how to toilet train a 2-year-old, or how to stop biting, or how to prepare your child who is entering kindergarten. So there's lots of different ways that you can create videos that are beyond, enroll here today. And you want to establish yourself as an industry expert and a trusted resource for parents. So be part of some of those mommy groups on Facebook, or in your local community, or at the local schools. And you really are looked at as an expert. So go give your advice to your community and help out as much as you can, and do things that really speak to your heart. Like, I love literacy. So any opportunity I can get to go out and do anything with reading to children, connecting them with resources, I'm in. So, find the thing that you really love that is really connected to your program, and get out in your community and do it. Other thing I want to say that's really important is that you really want to encourage testimonials and reviews, because positive reviews and testimonials from satisfied parents can significantly boost your program's reputation. Encourage the parents to share their experiences and showcase their testimonials on your website, on your social media platforms. If you find some really great ones, you can also frame them and hang them in your office. You know what really is great testimonials too? Not just from parents, but believe it or not, especially if you work with older children, school-age programs, or youth, get some testimonials from your actual children who have, grown through your program. I've been really lucky to have some beyond amazing students who are doing such fantastic things in their life now as young adults. Get those testimonials on how their participation in your program really helped form them to who they are now. The other thing is foster partnerships. Collaborate with local businesses. I know that we, typically will think of, local schools and, the churches and community organizations, and all those things are great, and they really do enhance your program's visibility. But I really love the small business community, and you should too, since 95% of you are a small business. What kinds of ways can you partner with your local coffee shop, donut shop, hair salon, and do some cross promotion and collaborating together? I mean, what a great way to build that credibility and attract more parents. The other thing that you can do as your branding is offer personalized experiences. So tailor your program to meet the unique needs of each child. Personalized experiences not only delight your parents, but also differentiate your program from others. So I can think back, probably about 10 or 11 years ago, I had some students who really, really loved Legos, and they really were into, math and science and all of the STEM activities long before it became really popular. And so we had started a Lego club, and this Lego club really took off. We had Lego shirts made. We did Lego contests. We just did so many fun things, but that was really tailored based on the needs and interests of the students in our program. So if you can find out different things that your students really love and be able to bring that to your program, wow, what a way to brand, You want to provide exceptional customer service. Now that goes without saying, but you need to go above and beyond to exceed parents' expectations. Promptly address any concerns that they have, communicate effectively, and create a warm and welcoming environment. One of the ways you can do that is by hosting events and workshops. Organize events and workshops that cater to parents' interests and needs. And this will also help position your program as a valuable resource and create opportunities for networking and brand exposure. And again, going back to how many of those parents work in a place that there are other families that may need childcare. So what a great way to do that. And you can even offer those workshops to families that are outside of your community, outside of your enrolled families, Emphasize safety and security. Now, this is been in the news for the last year. You have to really highlight your program's commitment to providing a safe and secure environment for their children. I can't even think of anything that's really more important at this point in time. So implement stringent safety protocols and communicate them effectively, and that will definitely help you gain parents' trust. And the last one that I want to point out is stay up to date and be able to adapt by keeping up with the latest trends and research and best practices in the childcare industry. Continuously adapt your program to meet those evolving needs and maintain your competitive edge. One thing I would say that really does help is if you are part of a accredited program or accredited agency that you've decided to do the work, that really helps. Being part of a quality rating system certainly goes a long way. Also, don't forget some of the other things that you may be connected with, like, are you part of the Better Business Bureau? Are you part of your local Chamber of Commerce? Do you belong to a membership such as NACI or one of your local child care organizations that's really reputable? So these are all great ways to stay up to date with best practices. Even connecting with your local community college or local college that may offer early childhood education. Maybe some of your staff attend their programs. Maybe some of those professors come out to your program and talk about the childcare industry in general with staff or families and all the different changes that are coming along so that everybody's well prepared. So by following these 15 tips, you will be on your way to establishing a strong and recognizable brand for your childcare program. Remember consistency, be authentic and genuine with your parents and your children, and that will set you apart from the rest. So good luck on your branding journey. This has been an episode of the Childcare Director's Chair. Please give us a review. We would love to hear what you think about today's episode. Thank you, and we'll talk to you tomorrow.
Well, all the cute little kiddos have been picked up and it's time to go home. And that'll do it for another episode of the Childcare Director's Chair. Please leave a review so Erica knows the information is helping you to manage and improve your childcare centers. Remember to subscribe to get the latest episode from Erica's Childcare Director's Chair.